Hey everybody, this is Fred from Kreator, and you're watching CMS TV. I'm the same. Like I do listen to Yacht Rock as well. Like I love Hall and Oates or
Sure.
Big Brothers. Yeah. What a fool, baby. But I guess it's also like a nice. It's healthy. That's just a way to just like to release the anger that we have inside, like a healthy one. It's not, it's just like a nice. When you go to the gym, you go like, so you train your body, and just like, again, age is not just a number. So I guess it is probably challenging the most for Ventor on drums, because that's, demanding. We
Sure.
For us, like, on different levels, it's challenging, like the traveling, long hours on the plane, on the bus, head banging. My neck is just, you don't want to, but everything sort of hurts more than when you're young. But we still, I'm in a very good shape. I know Mila as well. Like when we were in the studio, we were training. We did like a diet. I'm actually in a better shape than I was like 15 years ago. And so we just train our body differently, and our mind. Yeah, we do listen to other stuff, but when it's time to go into Kreator, or as far as I'm concerned, like Love Blast and Sinsaenum as well, it's just the same passion. And
It is Chris Akin Presents, and I, of course, am Chris Akin. And today on the show, we are going to get heavy. One of the most fierce bands in the history of all of heavy metal. They are back. They are Kreator. They are Crushers of the World. And they have a brand new release out on January the 16th. Cannot wait for that. I've heard it. It is amazing. If you are a fan of Kreator, I will argue, and we will talk to our guest here in a minute. I will argue this is one of the top 5 in the band's history. It is such a good record. And here to talk all about it is the bassist of the band, Mr. Frederic Leclercq. Frederic, good to have you back, man.
hello, good to be there once again. And
Absolutely.
I've been practicing. I'm not gonna swear. I've been taking all my fingers out, so that's gonna be a very pleasant and, very nice,
A
well spoken.
church-like interview, right?
Yes, indeed, very much so.
Very good, man. Well, Frederic, let's dig right into Crushers of the World. What a strong record. I mean, it's a weird thing as a fan. You don't expect anything not to be strong. I mean, as a fan, you expect it to be heavier, 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 harder, harder, harder. And then a lot of times it does not live up to that. Just being honest,
It's true.
this lives up to it. This is right out of the 80s kind of Kreator, but with the the more modern production, I guess. That's probably the best way to put it. So let's start there. Talk a little bit about the creation of this of Crushers of the World, and why it does feel so almost throwbacky in a way for Kreator.
So I guess Miller started to write the songs while we were on tour, because Hey Tuba Alice came out in June 22. Now the process of Hey Tuba Alice was quite complicated, because it was we were doing the pre-production during COVID time. So I would fly 2 weeks together with Sammy. We would fly to Germany and then go back home for like 2 weeks, because we were not sure, are we allowed to, so it was like really strange. It got stretched up. Then at the end of the pre-production, I lost my father on that very same day, or like the day
Mhm.
after, actually. So we had like a break, and then it was just like lock up again, lockdown, sorry. And then we started working again on the album. We actually recorded it in October 21, and the album was released in 22, was like pullback and whatnot. So it was like a sort of love-hate, no pun
Sure.
intended, relationship with the album. And I guess it was just like, maybe a lack of focus, because it's been like so stretched, like in the process and whatnot. So I guess we had that in mind, and Miller started to work on the songs in during the breaks of the touring cycle, because we started in around June 22 until like recently. The last shows were like a couple of months ago, uh, and he presented us the song. So he worked with like someone that can record and produce the demo, so we have like a clear idea of what he has in mind.
Sure.
And he presented us the songs very shortly before we started pre-production because he wanted to keep, and he's right, he wanted to keep like things fresh as
Hmm.
opposed to like what we experienced before. And so we were in that sort of urgency that made everything exciting. We were excited. We worked on the songs. So obviously he has like the raw material, if you will, like a well-produced demo. But then we all bring our things on the table. Like Ventor is gonna, turn the songs like with his particular way of drumming. I rearrange like the harmonies and solo sections. I just, try to improve stuff, and we work like this. Sammy's style of guitar, I play bass, like blah blah blah, and then we went straight in the studio in Sweden to work with Jens, who also kept that element of like yeah, like fresh in not thrash but fresh in
Hmm.
a in a sense that it can be very very annoying when it comes to like certain parts. Like he would spend 2 hours on like two notes on guitar because he had something in mind. But at the same time, he insisted that Miller and Sammy recorded both the rhythm guitar because usually, if people don't know, but usually you have one guitar player doing the rhythm for the songs because you use the same hand, so therefore it's like tighter, left and right, or and then you can add like multiple layers of guitar if you want. But if it's just one person doing it, makes more sense. Like for talking, for example, if I was to talk over my own voice, I know my way of talking, whereas
Sure.
someone else will have to adapt. Okay, so that was just explanation for like heavy metal
Hmm.
recording for dummies.
Sure.
No, 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 but and so Jens on the was actually insisting that Miller and Sammy would do the guitar. So there's some parts when it's not exactly the same, but that creates that sort of like element of danger, control chaos, so to speak. So I guess all of that plus the songs. I guess when you spend like I've been in the band for now 6 years and we've
Hmm.
toured a lot. So we talk a lot, we exchange a lot on stage. We're having fun as well. It's like so I guess all of that contributes to make the album that you heard and not the others yet.
Yes,
Talk about
exactly.
it and they don't know what we're talking about, and we just like that's really great, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah, it's a mystery.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, Frederic, one of the things that you mentioned that you've been in the band now for 6 years, which is, you're not the new guy anymore as far as the feel for you as, as somebody that's been in the band now a little bit of time. And obviously you had significant history before. Do you feel like completely comfortable now where you could go to Mealy and say, yeah, don't like this, or don't, maybe you should change this because it doesn't feel like old Kreator, it doesn't feel like what we're creating now. Are you comfortable in that place now?
Yes, but I'm going to tell you this. I've actually felt comfortable since day one because
Okay.
that's what I've done. That's what I've done since day one when we were rehearsing. No, maybe not day one, but day two. The
Okay.
first day was like more like, I came in and just like, oh, okay, all right. And then I played the first song. It was Violent Revolution. I'm like, oh, okay, that feels good. My song number two, which was Extreme Aggression. I'm like, oh, that's cool. We looked at each other and that's great. Day number two, I was already just like, what is that riff you're playing? I don't think that's the same as Sammy's, and I've always been like very proactive. And it's funny because I did an interview before and I was talking about exactly the same thing. When I joined the band, I told them, I said, look, I'm very proactive when it comes to music. And I think if you want me in the band, it's also for what I can bring. And I don't like to be like in the back seat and go like, yeah, which I could have done because the band was doing very fine without me before. So,
Sure.
it's not like I could just be there, just all right, you guys do what you want. But I can't help it when it comes to music. I'm very passionate, and I told them, I said like, I always take that example of when I recorded, I did like an album with George Lynch,
Hmm.
the Souls of We, and I flew in. I started recording so I was like very impressed with like the setting of the studio, and that Slash is walking by, and I'm with George Lynch, and the wow, and then you cut 2 hours after. I'm just like, no, George, it's actually the riff is actually goes like this. Then I remember going like, the fuck, whoops, sorry. What the hell are you doing? Sorry, slip my. But I can't help it. It was just like, oh, okay. I'm very like so very proactive, and I've never I never held back anything, and that's what they like as well because like it's motivation. So I'm very comfortable, and I've been since day two.
Sure.
Hey, you. Why are you watching this with commercials? Go commercial free and unlock exclusive content. Become a VIP today on Locals, Substack, or Rumble Premium. Stop waiting.
Do you feel like your diving into the band from day two has enhanced what the band does? And what I mean by that, let me be very specific on that, so you don't get 900 blabbermouth things that you don't want. What I mean by that is the band has never suffered. I mean, Kreator is one of those. There's so few bands that you can look at their first album and their last album, and you really don't find anything that sucks in it. Kreator's one of those bands, but yet they've had member changes in the past, including yourself, that have seemingly made the band more ferocious or better with each change. Do you feel when you listen to it, do you hear that, or do you listen back through the history and just try to fit so that you don't adapt the sound, or the sound doesn't adapt to you rather?
So let's go blabbermouth. No, I mean I try to be myself, and I've seen people commenting without actually knowing what the hell they were talking about because they were saying, oh, now it sounds like Dragon Force because they assume that I was in Dragon Force, therefore that's all all I'm about,
Sure.
metal, which is far from the truth. I'm actually not wearing that shirt just for fun. No. I'm actually like really into extreme music, and I'm just like as entitled as them to like that sort of music and have my say, even more so that I'm in the band, and and so I try to contribute in a sense that, of course, I don't want to. I mean, like, yeah, I don't think about it so much. I don't really analyze. I'm just like, I got I got the position. Hey, I'm joining the band, a band that I liked before. So let's carry on and let's try to improve and make things. I try to bring my own color to the general painting. So I to say if it improved or changed, I don't think it's my place to really judge if it's better or not. But I there's some elements, of course, that I like because I brought them,
Sure.
and I feel like this is like it's very hard to tell if it's just like without me would be the same or no one can tell. But as long as people like what's happening, I guess I'm part of it, so that's great. That's how I'd say that. So hopefully we don't get too much blabbermouth out of it.
Right, definitely. Well, Frederic, with the new record, it obviously is a and especially for a band like Kreator that has such a long history.
Mm.
It's so much harder to get people to hear it. One, because people don't listen to new music like they do the old stuff,
Mm.
and two, just because like even in the live setting, there's so many songs to pick from. If you can get two into a set, you're happy.
Yeah, yeah.
For you, as you listen to Crushers of the World, what would the two, if you were picking the two songs, what would the two songs be that you would share with people that would kind of define the record for them?
Oh, damn. I guess the title track, "Crush of the World," because it's just like it's low tuning and it's like a new, not new, but just like a more modern approach. And if I say modern, people just, but we're in 2025 and we listen to stuff as well, so it's just
Right.
whatever. If they don't like it, they can. I said I was not gonna swear. So no, I'm not swearing, but
Right.
so I think it's just like it has like I'm using like we're using 7 string and 5 string, and it's just like it's nice. It's like a fat sound. You can hear the bass on the album, and I think that's it's a new not new sound because new sound again like sounds scary for some but I think it's just like it's a yeah, fatter sound in a good sense, and so I would recommend that one. And I guess the first single that we put out, Seven Serpent, sort of like really shows it broadcasts like the what the band is about in 25 or 26 when it comes out, but the song came out in
Sure.
25. So it has like the elements like the melody, but we also have like choirs in that song, which we never had before, like those choirs singing Amor Fati, and it's still like very aggressive and fast, but like the bombastic chorus. So it's just like it's a nice definition of what Kreator is right now, which is like still the same evolution since there was like some people said just like there's a second era, starting with a vinyl revolution.
Sure.
Uh, it has that with also some elements from the past. You can hear some commercials, little elements, whatnot, melodic, aggressive. So yeah, these two, Seven Serpents and Crushers of the World. But all
Sure.
the songs are cool, so it was not easy question, really.
Right. Well, Frederic, this may be a silly question. I don't know, but we're all getting older. I know it. We're all feeling it, starting to feel it. We're getting to that age now. Where do not only you but the band in general find that energy to keep it so heavy and so, challenging? It's not just challenging you guys as 50 whatever year old people, it challenges the entire catalog, as far as the heaviness level, which is not normal when, it's not normal to be heavier musically than you were when you were 25.
Right.
What is it that drives you and keeps you guys moving forward without slowing down?
Oh, what a silly question. No, no, I'm kidding. Um, I don't know. I mean, this is, I feel like it sounds like, oh my God, we have a mission. But I think it's just like we have that position of being like, we know what people like as well. When you tour so much and you see like that's us. We cannot slow down. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I have like all the bands on the side to express different aspect of musicality, and like I can do like a very melodic stuff with I'm a Hero, and that's great. But I don't know. I think like we still have the same passion for that style of music, and it's just like we don't feel like we don't go like, oh my God, we really need to calm down. It's just like I think it's in our DNA, so to speak. So it is just like it's I don't know, but I mean, for example, the Last Testament is also
Yes.
quite energetic as well. I know they have like
Mhm.
Chris on drums, which also like brings like new blood, and I guess I was the new blood as well, like 6 years ago, and I'm into like extreme music as well, and we listen to a lot of stuff together, and I don't know, we've still. Age is a number, I guess, and by the way, I'm under 50, because what you were saying, I'm 47. Uh, but yeah, so I guess, yeah, age is a number. We just like, we feel like, inside we all like metalheads, like teenagers, like we want something like extreme and powerful, but also with like nice choruses and sing along, and we just want to have a great time. So it's not. It's not really planned. It's just that's how it is.
Right on.
Is that a silly answer?
No, not at all. I mean, it just look. I live my life as a fan of this music because I was a failed musician. I was terrible at it,
Oh.
but as a fan,
Hmm.
I worship it. I bring it in
Uh-huh.
there. There's not enough of it.
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna lie. There's a little bit of yacht rock creeping in here and there into even my listening these days. It's not
Good.
all Creator and Anthrax and Death Angel anymore.
Yeah.
It's mellowed, but and I'm sure it probably has in you guys' real life as far as listening to music, but performance wise, I have to imagine that it's somewhat, some days, not every day, but I have to imagine that sometimes it's a struggle to come up and play this kind of music that you were playing in your early teens and up to 20s.
Headbangers, show your allegiance to the Classic Metal Show. Score the latest killer gear and apparel. Find your next metal shirt now at https://classicmetalshow.creator-spring.com. So classicmetalshow.creator-spring.com, that dash being like a minus. Shop and support the show now.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the same. Like, I do listen to Yacht Rock as well. Like, I love Hall & Oates,
Sure.
or the Big Brothers. Yeah. What a fool, baby. But I guess it's also like a nice. It's healthy. That's just a way to just like to release the anger that we have inside, but like a healthy one. It's not, it's just like a nice. When you go to the gym, you go like, so you train your body, and just like, again, age is not just a number. So I guess it is probably challenging the most for Ventor on drums, because that's demanding.
Sure.
For us, like, on different levels, it's challenging, like the traveling, long hours on the plane, on the bus, head banging. My neck is just, you don't want to, but everything sort of hurts more than when you're young, but we still, I'm in a very good shape. I know Milo as well. Like, when we were in the studio, we were training, we did like a diet. I'm actually in a better shape than I was like 15 years ago. And so we just train our body differently, and our mind. We do listen to other stuff, but when it's time to go into Kreator, or as far as I'm concerned, like Loud Blast and Sinsaenum as well, it's just the same passion, and just like, so it's a question maybe like for Ventor in terms of like actual drumming, but I mean, he's still the loudest drummer I've ever played with. He's so loud, like when he hits the it's just like so
Right.
we still have it in us.
Excellent. Well, Frederic, obviously when you have a new album, the the way you get it out there is you tour it. What are the touring plans going forward, and obviously through 2026? I'm imagining festival season and all that stuff, right?
So we have, like, in March and April in Europe, we do a tour, a headline tour with Carcass, Exodus, and Nails.
Nails,
So
right.
that's amazing. Yes. Then we have 3 festivals in the US. I did do my homework, but so Rockville, Maryland Death Fest, I believe, and then
Okay.
one. So I feel bad. I should have done my homework before. Which maybe we do some shows in between. I don't know. We'll see, but that would make sense, I suppose. Regardless, we're gonna definitely tour the US. Next summer in Europe, we've done actually summer festival for the last 4 years. We played even like in 21, when it was just like still like COVID time and blah blah. We
Sure.
played Bloodstock. We did like 4 festivals that year, and then we did it in 22 and 23 and 24. Wait, 21? Did we in 21? Yeah, 21, 22, 23, and 24 and 25. Wow. Okay,
Wow.
fine. So yes, there's gonna be a year. I'm doing some with Sinsaenum.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, there's gonna be a lot of touring as usual.
Sure, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be a great time for Kreator fans to be able to catch you guys.
Yes.
Certainly, even if you don't catch the band, you want to catch the album, because Crushers of the World is fantastic. It's out on January the 16th. And Frederic, this has been fun, man. Thanks for joining me here on Chris Akin Presents.
Thank you very much, and sorry for the one swear word.
I'll live with it. Nice.
Hello everyone, this is Ronnie Romero and you are watching CMS TV.
I have a pretty clear idea when it comes out, where it's supposed to go. I think maybe I'm wrong. Like, I know, like, I have used riffs from the past. I have used those. They were written for something else. I have used those for Dragon Force or for I'm a Hero. But usually now that I've been doing it for quite a while, no. But then again, I might be wrong. But I cannot think about it right now. I can't think of an example that'll be like, yeah, no, you're right. No. Usually I know where I'm going. Usually.
Right. It is Chris Akin Presents. I, of course, am Chris Akin, and today on the show, one of my absolute favorite musicians to talk to. He's always got something awesome to promote, whether it's Kreator stuff back in the old days in the Dragon Force era, and also this band, which has a lot of eyes on it just because of the... I guess let me rephrase it. Not just because of the Joey Jordison connection from the past, but just because the music is so damn heavy. I mean, the new record is called In Devastation, out on August the 8th. Sinsaenum is the record, or is the band, and on to talk to me is the guitarist himself, Frederic Leclercq. Frederic, how are you, man?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I am great, man. I'm loving the record, although I don't know that I'm supposed to say I'm loving it, man. This is a heavy, heavy emotional record. Coming from you specifically, I'm from what I've read. Let's start there, man. Tell us a little bit about this record, which has so much. It has so much aggression that is stemming from a lot of loss. Why don't we start there?
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Let's start there. I started writing the material in 2019 when my life was a bit happier, and then. Apart from, 2019, I left Dragon Force. I joined Kreator. I was also working on my other project, I'm a Hero, which is with a Japanese guitarist, Saki. So I was taking my time with Sinsaenum. I started to write a bunch of songs, and there was no pressure. I was just like, it will come out when it comes out. That's fine. In 2020, I lost my father, and that just left me empty. I'm not talking about emotionally, of course, but it's just like in terms of like songwriting or no inspiration came out of this. I was hoping it would transform into something, but I was just not able to process. And music is definitely not a priority in such moment. In fact, losing a parent just makes you you question what are the priorities in life, what's important. Life is short, all of that. And less than a year after, we lost our drummer, Joey Jordison. But first and foremost, I lost a friend, so that was also very painful. And the fact that with the rest of the band, obviously we all call each other and to support each other, but also we all decided that we would dedicate the album to him. I also said that I also wanted to dedicate it to my father, because that had an impact on me, of course. And I guess from that onwards, the album went back to I had to finish the album.
Sure.
But when you're in the driver's seat, it's not that easy, because with Kreator, Miller is driving and I'm in the passenger seat, and I'm just like, oh, look at this and that, and that's fine. But with Sinsaenum, I'm the one driving, and I use that analogy in another interview, but when you're driving in the dark with no lights, it's not easy. So you just you have to stop every now and then. So there's that. Also, I've been doing all those interviews, and I'm talking a lot about my father, about Joey and what. And I was looking at Sinsaenum socials, like Instagram, the other day, and I found a picture of Stefan and I working, like a picture taken in my old studio in January 21, which I've forgotten about. And I was like, oh, so I was back at writing stuff then, but no, I wasn't. I guess it was presented that way. I guess I was
Sure.
just trying to, but what it was is basically just recording those songs that I started in 2019. So it's been a very long process, and but the thing is, although it's presented that way and it's dedicated to people that are no longer with us, and therefore it has that curtain of loss and grief and sadness. This is not a sad album. It's supposed to be, I mean, it's not supposed to be anything. It's just it's aggressive, it's catchy, it has groove, every prog elements, melody. So it's not there's two separate things, like the you know the the album being dedicated to dead people, but the music itself is, well, quite, no, I wouldn't say happy because it's still death
Sure.
metal. You know what I mean? But it's that it's
Cathartic, kind of.
yeah, well, yeah, and the Devastation, the title for the album, Devastation, it reflects how I feel inside. I feel devastated, but also goes well with the music because the music is aggressive and it's like, in Devastation. So it's like it's many layers, I say. That was a very long answer.
That's
Very sorry.
okay. No, that's fine.
I almost lost myself somewhere. But,
Well, Frederic, let me. I'll give you a brief personal story just to ask you a question. I write books more than music because I'm a terrible musician, but I can write. And I wrote a book in real time about going through a divorce, and at the same time, my dad passed away. So I get the parent to parent thing. With that book, it sits right over there on a shelf. I'm never going to open it again. Like, for me, it's literally chapter closed, put over there. It's over there. You can't really do that with this because you want to present this music. Is it tough? Is it tough to not only have that music out there, but have fans that want you to share it?
I can disconnect the two because, like I said, luckily I started writing the music beforehand, so it doesn't. While the whole process, I can personally remember, certain times when I was working on the album, but my mind was somewhere else. But the core, the seeds of those songs come from a happier time from before. So it is not as painful as doing all those interviews. Not that it's painful, it's boring, it's not all that. It's just
Right.
the fact that all the interviews I'm doing, I have to talk about this, I have to talk about my father, and I have to. So now I'm getting good at it, and it's therapeutic. But the first ones, just like the first interviews, it really hit me in the face. I was just like, oh my God, oh my God, this is
Right.
painful. Tears in my eyes and whatnot. But now I actually almost enjoy talking about it, in a sense that if I can just convey a message of it will, if you lost someone in your life, you're not alone. It's okay to talk about it, and it affects, and you can make something out of it. And if for people who never experienced it yet, unfortunately will come, and there's always someone. So it's a way to talk about it, which is actually not a bad thing. So it's actually fine. I'm not saying when we're gonna play Last Goodbye live, maybe the first few times I'm gonna be very emotional. In fact, when we shot the video, I was already very emotional. So but no, it's okay. I guess it's I'm at peace with it now.
Sure. Hey, it's Chris Akin from the classic metal show Chris Akin Presents and the Seth Williams Show, straight from the uncensored heart of the CMS network. We've just been crowned a certified Rumble creator, and that means we're bringing the heat. All our shows, commercial free, baby. Advanced episode drops, sometimes months before the normal release, so you're not stuck waiting. You'll get all this plus exclusive content for Rumble Premium subscribers that'll blow your mind. And with Rumble Premium, you'll get every CMS Network show and all of Rumble's other videos with no ads and no fluff. This is our official home, Rumble. It's raw, powerful, and unfiltered. You want in? Just hit us up at rumble.com/register/classic metal show to sign up for free commenting, chat live, and just your ability to join the chaos of all of our shows. Then while you're there, swing by any of our videos, smash that Rumble Premium button, and level up. Subscribe now. Don't sleep on this. Hit the link in the description. Well, obviously, Frederic, the eyes, other than being on you and what you're doing, all eyes on from anybody that's paying attention to this record are going to be on Andre, who steps in to Joey's kit, and for people that don't know, I believe he was Joey's tech. Is that right? And
Yes, correct.
so there is a connection there.
Yeah.
When you brought him in, did you discuss all that about how he would be way more scrutinized than most drummers that walk into any situation would be?
I tried to downplay it. I didn't want to scare him,
Right.
but I think he realized himself those are very big shoes, and he was like he would be nervous about it, but I would just like anyway, blah blah, not really talk about it, and I still don't really talk about it. I'm sure it's like I said, big shoes, but I just I made it clear to him that his job was just, it just sounds to me, it sounds just as good, and in within the band, not like Joey changed the face of the drumming in the metal world and
Sure.
and beyond. But Joyce is a very good drummer, and the reason we chose him first and foremost is because he was already part of the family, and it made total sense. We could have asked well-known drummers that are very technical, and that's great, and come here to super group and blah blah. But more than ever, we felt like the need to be like a
family. Right.
Yeah,
Sure.
exactly. So that's why. And no, he's doing an amazing job, and we're very happy, and he's happy, so everybody's happy.
Right. Perfect. Well, man, let's dig into the record a little bit. The first thing that jumps out to me from the singles that I had heard previously is that you guys are really stretching the musical landscape a little bit. You've got some clean vocal in here. There's even a cello in some spot. I mean, you really did stretch out. You got a little bit of progressive stuff in here. Was that on purpose, or is that just the way you were writing at the time?
The second, definitely the way I was writing. There was no. I have to analyze this now that I'm doing those interviews and people asking those questions, and I'm just like, I'm like, okay. So the way I'm analyzing this is, but that time when I started to write the music, it was around the time I knew I was going to join Kreator. I also made it official that I was going to join Loud Blast, or at least, I don't know if it was official, but at least we knew that was the case. Was it official? I don't remember. But anyway, so those are two extreme metal bands, and I
Right.
guess Sinsaenum needed to find its own path and not take anything from these two. So maybe with that in mind, that sort of let me free of, I don't know, but I knew in the back of my head that I needed to find my path, and somehow that's probably why I, more than ever, it sounds contradictory, but it's just there was no pressure. I just I wanted to write it the way I wanted. Feels like cello, put cello. Feels like sitar, put sitar. Feels like clean vocals, put clean vocals. Feels like a very long solo, very melodic solo. Let's go for it. Like the song Spiritualize has a very that solo section reminds me a bit of a Testament, a little bit, and why not? Like the part before is very a lot of arpeggios and whatnot, something closer to power metal than anything we've done with Sinsaenum before. It's not power metal, but it's just in that sense that it's very
Sure.
melodic and arpeggio sweeping, blah blah. I'm just yeah, why not? I don't give a, and I'm not gonna swear because but I don't give any of it. So
Right.
I guess in that sense, that was the best way probably to find my own path, like to find Sinsaenum's real path, was just like to do exactly what I wanted in that sense. If that makes sense, does that
No,
make
it
sense?
does.
Does? All right.
I'm curious though, for you, how do you decide where to put your riffs then with three different bands that can use what you do? I mean, do you have an instant feel where you create something and you're automatically like, okay, well, that's a Sinsaenum thing, or that maybe I should bring that to Kreator, or
It never happened to me that uh, I I can't think of any time that I took something and just like, no, that doesn't fit, and that I was wrong, and I just like, oh no, let me take that back and should go there instead. I have a pretty clear idea when it comes out where it's supposed to go. I think maybe I'm wrong. Like I know, like I have used riffs from the past. I have used those. They were written for something else. I have used those for Dragon Force or for
Mhm.
I'm a Hero. Uh, but uh, but usually now that I've been doing it for quite a while, now. But then again, I might be wrong. But I cannot think about it right now. I can't think of an example that'll be like, yeah, no, you're
Sure.
right. No, no. Usually, I know where I'm going. Usually,
Right.
at least in
Definitely.
music. That's one. Yeah,
Well, none of us know where we're going outside of our little specific world, do we?
exactly. Yeah,
Well, let's dig into the record a little bit, Frederic. I always try to start with my favorite song on the record. For me, it's Shades of Black. Easy
yeah.
choice.
Okay.
I love it. Very, very riffy,
Mm.
very, very brutal. Tell me about that song.
Okay. I don't know if it's a rude word, but I don't think it is. The working title was Piss.
Okay.
Uh, that's not rude, is it? No,
It's fine.
not gonna be a beep for that. But anyway, it's called Beep if you want. And it was super. The song was like ugly, and it had like the main riff was there, which has like the beep, like a sort
Hmm.
of like stomp a la Satyricon,
Sure.
with like like a lot of tremolo, like wow, and then there was like a completely different chorus. It wasn't even like real chorus. It was just like very noisy, and it was going into like it was a different song, and I liked it, but I don't know. I just revisited it after like a few months of not being inspired and whatnot, and I just thought it feels like it should have like a very anthemic chorus, something
Sure.
that you would like clench your fist and go like, "Yeah, I'm at Wacken" or something like that.
Right.
And that came quite naturally. And then I remember asking Stefan, and I was like, "Do you think it's a little too commercial? Is it like a little too much?" And he was like, "No, no, that's cool." And that song had like to me, had the potential of Army of Chaos and Final Resolve, in that sense that it's like a instant. It sounds like a single, mind you. We're not gonna release that one as a single.
Sure.
Maybe when the album comes out, it would be like a song that we put up front. But yeah. Also, one of the reasons we didn't put it as a single is because it's a touchy subject.
Hmm.
The lyrics have been written by Mike Heller, and it's like a sort of a revenge on someone, like a woman being raped.
Mm.
So it's a touchy subject, and
Right.
I mean, it's not unheard of. Just like she takes revenge, and that's
Yeah.
cool. But
Sure.
we thought, fuck, if we oops,
That's fine. It's fine.
yeah, if we if we do a video for this, this is very touchy, and I don't want
Sure.
to hurt anyone. I don't want to make it like wrong,
Mhm.
or so we're just like, okay, let's skip that. And so that's probably the reason why, one of the reason why, also because the other songs are pretty cool as well. But I think it's a very catchy song, and in the format and the solo section and whatnot, I like it, and I'm glad you like it too.
Yeah, it's a great song. The other
Mm.
one, and I really, really like it, but I was very surprised that it's the closer, is Over the Red Wall.
Aha,
I very much like that song,
aha.
but like I said, I quite honestly, The Last Goodbye, I would have thought would have been the last tune. You know,
Well, yeah,
go
but
ahead.
that's exactly what we thought. Because we went back and forth. I don't know how many days, weeks about like the track, the order.
Sure.
in the head to think about like the perfect order, because we're old and we still care about an album as a whole, not just like a bunch of songs and it doesn't matter, because it could be the case, but I like when it tells a story, and the rest of the band are with me on this. So we thought that Last Goodbye being the last would be cliche in a sense. So we were just like, has to be like central, has to come soon, because otherwise it's like, because it is like you said, like for you it would be like the closer. So that's what we wanted to do, and finishing with like a very like extremely brutal song is a nice way, because we did like quite the opposite on the previous album. We ended with Forsaken, which was a long song, and it had like a melodic solo at the end. So this time we just said we're just gonna finish with just like the most brutal one we've ever done, and that's it. So yeah, even though it has like a very melodic solo part. I'm trying to remember the song right now. No. Yeah, it does have like a very melodic solo, but like the song itself is like extremely fast and intense, and so yeah. But I'm glad you like it too.
That's
It's good.
great
I mean, whatever you liked, I'd be happy that you like anything. So yeah.
Very good.
Hey, pinball wizards and arcade aficionados. Ready for a trip down memory lane, or maybe just a blast into the now? Welcome to Pinball PA, where we've got more than just games. We've got a time machine. With over 420 games, that's 200 plus pinball machines and another 200 plus arcade games, stretching all the way from the 1940s to the latest and greatest. Whether you're here for nostalgia or novelty, we've got you covered. And guess what? No quarters, no tokens. Just pay the admission fee and it's all you can play. Perfect for birthday parties, team building events, or those special educational STEM and STEAM field trips. Need a spot for some spontaneous fun? No reservations are needed. Just come on down to the Hopewell Shopping Center at 2284 Broadhead Road, Suite 10B in Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. For more information, check out our site at www.pinballpa.com or give us a ring at 412-423-8532. Pinball PA, where every play is a free play.
Well, one thing that does stand out on this, and it isn't even a song necessarily, but it's all the songs really, production. The production and the mix are spectacular. I mean, to listen in headphones, it is an experience. It's not just a band. I mean, who is it? Las Lamert that did the work?
Las Lamert. Yeah, I'm not even sure how to pronounce it, but yeah, he's from Germany. I met him through the black metal band from Japan, Sai.
Okay.
Because I recorded the guitar and bass on their latest album. So I had to work with Lasso, who was producing and mixing and all of that. And I really liked the way it was working. The fact that he understood Psy, and he made like the sound, like he gave the band like its own sound, not just like I'm a producer, this is how I sound and whatnot. So he was just like adapting to the band, and the sound of that album of Psy is different than the one of Sinsaenum. But I just like the way what he had in mind, and we went back and forth a few times, and I just really enjoyed what he did. So I was like, that's going to be great for Sinsaenum, and I'm glad I was right, because it does sound good. So
it's and what and I don't know anything about him really, but what he captured with your band, which is very rare in extreme bands, is the layers. Like you can feel the different layering, how it all fits together versus one big old block of loudness. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's exactly what I wanted to avoid, because it is nowadays standards. It's just like you said, it's just like one block, and it sounds like all Pro Tools and processed and whatnot. Right. And sure, we use like modern, softwares and whatnot, but I just want this to feel organic. That's always been the case with Sinsaenum. I always wanted it to sound organic, and he was on the same page as us. So indeed, you can hear all the layers, and there was like a lot of layers because we do have those samplers that we've been working on.
Sure.
I felt like this as well. I was just like, I want this to sound a bit more contemporary than before, and I want to use machines if I feel the need to. So there's a lot of layers of synth on Obsolete and Broken. Some on this Wretched World. There's like a lot of effects, but trust me, there was like way more because
Right.
because the album has been like recorded in parts, and like I said, I would like drive the band and then stop
Sure.
a little bit and then come back, and so sometimes I was just like forgot what the left right had done, and with the right one I would like do layers on my own, and then Lasse had like the joy of just like putting everything back together and go like, oh my god, there's like 70 tracks, maybe not, but like it's like 30 tracks of like samples and booms and explosion and synth, and what am I supposed to do with this? So a lot of his work was actually to go through all of that and select and go like, no, 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 yes, yes, no, yes,
Right.
no. So, and the idea was because we wanted to make sure that everything that we put there, you have to listen to, you have to hear it, even if you need to go like a little closer to your speaker or whatever. But we wanted to make sure that you could hear everything. So, yeah.
Right on. Well, Frederic, obviously, man, you have a new record. I know there is whenever anybody puts out a record, you need to tour it. It's basically the way that people discover things. I know you have some dates that are announced for October. Is there anything before then coming up, or are you busy with other stuff, or?
I'm busy with Kreator right now. I'm home for like 2 days, and I was in Estonia this weekend. Now, last weekend, this weekend I'll be in Turkey. Then I go to Germany. Then I come back. Then I go to Spain. So the whole summer I'm busy. And then we're doing those shows with Sinsaenum in October. Then I'm busy again. We're gonna try to do some shows maybe in January, but it's difficult because I am very busy, and also we need to, quite frankly, we're starting not from scratch because people know they know the name of the band and they kept listening to us. Like I said in many interviews, I can see like the streaming platforms, and people kept listening to us for like we've been away for 7 years, but that means also that, like I said, we're not starting from scratch, but we're starting from low, so we need to build up again. So that takes time, and I don't want to rush and do like, and then the album is not even out, so it's
Right.
very hard to tell. I cannot. It was difficult to book those shows in advance because I had my window of opportunity, like, of availability. I knew that only I've known that like maybe 2 months ago. So we
Okay.
had to, someone had to call like some venues and go like, "Hey, remember Sinsaenum? Yes. There's a new album coming out. Oh, cool. Can we listen to something? No. Who's the
Right.
drummer? Can't tell you. But give us a show. Well, so
Right.
it's a little complicated. So we take it like step by step, no pressure. I just want to make sure that we do everything right. And if people like the album, then there will be a way. If it will, if people like the album, there will be a way for us to come and play in front of those people. But if,
Sure.
if people don't care, there's no point for us traveling somewhere and play in front of nobody. I can do that in my my bedroom.
Right. And you have other bands to travel with, so.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, it doesn't mean that Sinsaenum doesn't matter to me. In fact, it
Sure.
matters a lot. But it's just I'm not gonna. My life's not depending on it.
No,
Um,
it
you
makes
know,
sense.
I, yeah,
I'll just say this: if you like extreme metal, anybody that likes extreme metal with a couple of twists turned in here and there, there's no reason not to like it. It is a straight up awesome metal record, which is exactly what I think you were going for. Yeah.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So I'm glad you grasped that. Yeah, that was the idea.
Right on. Well, Frederic, obviously, man, the new record is called In Devastation. It is Sinsaenum. It is out on August the 8th, and we try to tell everybody not to just stream, but to actually buy something, whether it's there you go, a vinyl or shirt, anything. Where do we tell them to go to get this stuff?
Right now, nowhere because it's not out. There will be links in on due time on our social medias.
Okay.
Because we need to do I'm working on the new designs for shirts and whatnot. The album is I don't know who's releasing it in the US. In Europe, it's Ear Music, but I don't know. I'm not sure who's doing that in the US just yet.
Yeah, I
But
think it's your music here too. Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
That's my knowledge. Like I know nothing, Jon Snow. But so yeah, it will be out. And I don't know. Where do you guys buy albums nowadays? Best Buy, do they have physical albums?
No, they don't. I really,
Right.
it's the little record stores or it's Amazon.
The ultimate hub for metal talk is classicmetalshow.locals.com. Get free episodes, social commentary, and VIP exclusive content. It's our online home. That's classicmetalshow.locals.com.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, obviously Amazon is like the easiest choice, but I would say like support small stores because there's nothing better than to go there and just like, I don't know if it's still the same, but I remember going there like spending hours just like looking
Mhm.
at covers and just like, can I listen to this one? And oh my God, you know that one? And then see someone with like a metal shirt going like, oh cool, that guy is cool. He's like checking the, black metal section. Hey man,
Right.
so. It's a nice it's a nice place. Those are nice places. So go there and buy the album there. But honestly, if you're broke and you just want to listen to it on a streaming platform, it's okay too. It's
Mhm.
fine. But the best way to support an artist would be to buy a shirt and but it sounds like I'm begging, just
No,
like,
no.
oh man, come on, buy us a shirt.
Look, we have to tell people these days because if we don't tell them, then they just think Spotify's the only answer.
Well, I mean, they need to realize that. Imagine like if you had like a monthly subscription to Walmart, and then you can go there and you can buy everything you want for like a
Hmm.
month. People would find that really strange. I'm sure they'd love it,
Sure.
but it would be very difficult for like the people that make the milk and blah blah blah. And it's the same here. It's just like, you pay whatever that is per month. I think it's a bit more expensive now. And they give you like a very, 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 very small amount out of that.
Right.
But hey, yeah, that's
Yeah.
another, yeah, that's
Another
another,
discussion. I hear you.
yes.
Well, one more time, the record is In Devastation. It is Sinsaenum. August the 8th is the date to pick it up, and you should buy it. And Frederic, this has been fun. Thanks for joining me here on Chris Akin Presents.
Thank you very much.